Hey guys, welcome to what is probably my saddest channel update video. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm doing this a little bit differently today. Um, but I have recently learned that um, YouTube channels that are non-profit and not monetizing their content are actually going to be subject to being deleted as of December 10th. Now, I know this is alarming and a little bit confusing, so I'm actually going to be posting an article that I'm referencing this from in the description below. It's from Mashable.com, and it's from a writer by the name of Matt Binder. He wrote this on November 10th, 2019. So, from today on the 22nd is about 12 days ago, so a little under 2 weeks. I just recently learned about this, so this is pretty, like I said, alarming for me. Um, and I'm just gonna read the article as you guys watch this wonderful introduction to one of my favorite video games of all time. Because I feel the thunderstorms are really appropriate for what I'm about to tell you. But okay. The first thing he says is YouTube says it can delete your account if you're not commercially viable. Now, what that means to me, and anything that I'm about to say or reference from this article in particular, or any opinions I may have, if I'm wrong in any case, please correct me in the comments below. Please, I would appreciate any clarification on anything I'm about to tell you, because this is kind of new for me, and I've been seeing some channel updates on some subscriptions that I have myself that are also worried about this sort of thing. So I thought I would just give you guys a heads up. YouTube's new terms of service has some users and content creators very worried that the company could delete their account. In the section titled Account Suspension and Termination, with the subheader Terminations by YouTube for Service Charges, the site's new terms, which are set to take effect on December 10th, adds the following clause. YouTube may terminate your access or your Google account's access to all or part of the service if YouTube believes, in its sole discretion, that provision of the service to you is no longer commercially viable. In its most basic terms, if YouTube isn't making money off of you, the company can delete your account. The platform's current terms of service do not include this language. Currently, it does not tell you this, but even so, with this new clause, it's a bit vague. So, if YouTube isn't making money off of you, the company can delete your account. Now, I can understand from a company perspective, because as people who have signed on to YouTube, or just content creators ourselves, we are technically, I guess, employees of YouTube. And what company would keep someone who isn't making any money for them? That I can see makes sense. But if YouTube's just gonna start deleting accounts just because they're not monetizing their content or making any money for YouTube, then that would be such a catastrophic domino effect for anyone who wants to be a YouTuber and just wants to start out. And I mean, people like me, I like to create content and share it with the world and just have a fun little hobby of playing video games and doing little reviews that I planned on doing, but now I'm afraid to because I'm going to be deleted in probably a couple of weeks. So um, and mind you, this article was made on November 10th, so this one's a little bit old. So last week from the article, so November 3rd, YouTube started sending an email to its users notifying them about the site's new terms of service. In this email, YouTube summarizes the update as a way to make its terms clearer and easier to understand. Yet, this new addition to its terms weren't mentioned in the email, and the wording couldn't be any more vague. Now, I myself did not see the email, so that's new to me. I'm actually tempted to check that right now after the recording. But if you are a content creator or just someone who's on YouTube a lot, you may want to check your email and see if you got that email. As written, these broad terms give YouTube the power to delete a creator's account if they upload or live stream video that, for example, doesn't put in enough advertising revenue. But to even bring in advertising revenue, you have to be a monetized channel, which I'm not. So, YouTube viewers aren't in the clear either. Now, this is important. This is something that really actually upsets me. Notice the terms are worded to cover anyone who has an account, not just content creators. The language used can mean that a user who looks at a lot of content but doesn't necessarily monetize can also have their account removed. So, I mean, if you're someone who likes to surf YouTube after a long day of work and you just want to relax and that's your way to, have some entertainment, apparently you are subject for removal if you have an account. A generous read on these terms can be seen as YouTube giving itself the ability to remove users and channels that discriminate hate speech or other violent rhetoric. For example, an account that starts creating white supremacist content can certainly be deemed as no longer commercially viable, which on that front I can kind of agree with. I mean, who wants to hear that? I mean, there's a target audience for everything, but I'm sure as a company there are some things that YouTube would want to either limit or just remove entirely so that it wouldn't stain their name. But that's infringing upon our rights for free speech and free expression. So this is to me is crossing a lot of lines. However, the wording could be more explicit in defining what the update means. It should also be noted that the terms specifically state the company can terminate a user's Google account as well, which if your account, like if your emails and all that is linked to Google, that could just be just terminated apparently. As written, a YouTuber can lose their Gmail, Google Photos, documents, and more just for no longer being commercially viable on the YouTube on the video platform. People are of course freaking out, like me, which is why I'm creating this video for you guys. On Reddit, a single discussion on the topic has more than 32,000 upvotes and 2,300 comments at the time this post was published, so November 10th. Tweets shining a light on the terms of service update are receiving thousands of likes and retweets. Let's see. As one person on Twitter points out, this feels to some like yet another move from YouTube that plays favorites to its biggest, most profitable creators. Which, like I said before, if you're an employee of a company, why would you keep employees that don't make you any money? And why not keep the ones that do? Especially ones like PewDiePie and Sniper Wolf and people like that who have hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of subscribers, and they generate so much revenue not only for themselves, but for YouTube because they have so many ads on their platform. Channels with more than 10,000 subscribers are able to use YouTube Studio Space for free. In 2018, the company changed its monetizing policy, shutting out many smaller creators. Small channels that are eligible for monetization have increasingly higher standards to abide by the bigger channels that did when they were starting out. Mashable, which is this website that this article is on, has reached out to YouTube for more information and will update this post when we hear back. Now, update November 11, 2019. A YouTube spokesperson provided Mashable with the following statement. We made some changes to our terms of service in order to make them easier to read and to ensure that they're up to date. We're not changing the way our products work, how to collect or process data, or any of your settings. Update November 11th, 2019. Later that day, a YouTube spokesperson has sent Mashable additional information that was included in a tweet from the company. To clarify, there are no new rights in our terms of service. Excuse me. I'm getting upset. To terminate an account because it's not making money. As before, we may discontinue certain YouTube features or parts of service, for example, if they're outdated or have low usage. This may not impact creators, or this does not impact creators/viewers in any new ways. Now, that's the end of the article. But that last paragraph there, it says to clarify that they are not terminating any accounts because it's not making money. But if you're not commercially viable, why would they keep you? It's very confusing to me. So I wanted to bring this up to you guys and talk about my thoughts on it. The only thing I can particularly think of is the only reason why they would do this is a bluff to get people to monetize their channel so that they will be making money for YouTube, so that the company YouTube is owned by, if not YouTube, Google, will get more revenue from them by scaring people into monetizing their channel. Now, if they're really going to go through with this, and if they're really going to start deleting channels, I apologize in advance for anything you might miss out on, because, especially for my channel, I mean, this really, I had really big plans for December and January and February, but I'm afraid to do them now because I don't know if I'll even be able to to share them with you. So, what my personal plans are is to finish my current Final Fantasy VIII playthrough by December 10th, so that at least you guys can see that. If there's anything you want from me, please let me know. And I just wanted to say to all of you viewers, especially anyone who's new watching this video, thank you so very much for your support, and please spread the word and get any clarification on this as possible, because this is the sort of thing that can end people's channels, it can end people's careers, it can end people's motivation to do anything in this field. I mean, it can have such a huge impact on the creating community, really. But anything you guys can do to help me out would be so very much appreciated, and I love all you guys, and thank you so very much for watching. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I hope you enjoyed the Final Fantasy VI loop I have here. This was actually going to be December's LP because it's my favorite game and I wanted to do it for Christmas, but we'll see. I'm lost for words. I mean, like I said, I will include this article that I have found in the description so you guys can follow along and get more information that way. But yeah, spread the word. Thanks so very much for watching. I love you all, and have a great day. Bye, guys.